What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I'm here to give you guys the video you've been asking for. I've been on a Kevin Holland 2020 type run, dropping videos every 4 hours basically. And a lot of you guys have been asking me about a phrase I've been saying in my videos, aura merchant. Now, what is an aura merchant? Because today I'm going to be doing every aura merchant in the UFC in every weight class. The biggest, guilty suspect of this type of crime. And what an aura merchant really is when it comes down to it, dude, is somebody that is carried, relies on, sometimes they win based on, and they get hype from their aura, not necessarily from their fighting style, or their aura kind of covers up some of the weaknesses in their game that other fighters get talked about a lot. So hopefully that makes sense. Like I said, I'm going to be doing every weight class. Some of these I really believe strongly are aura merchants in the truest form. And some of these are just here to fill out the video, bro. So let me know what you think down below in the comments, which one's which. Let's jump into this in the flyweight division. And you might be asking, Bedtime, how the fuck do you have aura in the midget weight division? How is that possible as a flyweight? Well, let me tell you the answer, dude. If you're Manel Kape, bro. This guy's been coasting by because he looks like fucking Kendrick Lamar and because he did a cool flying knee one time. This guy's been coasting by, posting on Instagram with sunglasses and eating sushi, and thought that I wouldn't realize that this guy is not actually going to fucking be the champion. I got bamboozled. I got caught up in the hype of this guy, bro. The aura was so strong with this one. When he was roasting Izzy at this little midget's trying to talk shit to me. I will fuck you up right now. Right? And he fucking got Izzy, dude. And then he fights Felipe Dos Santos. And I'm like, hold on, this guy's like Mini Oliveira. It's okay, dude. That's a tough fight to have. And then you see Felipe Dos Santos' next fight. And I called this. I said, he's not as good as he looked against Manel Kape. Manel Kape fought like shit in that fight. Felipe Dos Santos is not that good. And wouldn't you know it, dude, UFC Mexico, where the eagle was born, Felipe Dos Santos barely wins his fight against some random flyweight 55 overall bot. And I just feel like Manel Kape gets carried by the fans and even by analysts when they're talking about his next fights based on the fact that he's cool and he has aura. When really, there's a lot unproven about his fighting style, and there's a lot of stuff left to be desired when you really look at his fighting abilities. So for that reason, I'm going to say Manel Kape is a bit of an aura merchant at flyweight. People will gas this guy up. Watch this, dude. Because of the personality types, this guy will end up as some, like, close favorite, maybe slight underdog against Muhammad Mokaev. But I guarantee you, every fucking YouTuber is going to be picking Manel Kape to beat Muhammad Mokaev by KO. They're all going to be gassing this guy up because he dropped a couple of fire diss tracks on Drake, alright, dude? Chill out, man. Let's move on to the Bantamweight division. I almost put my mortal enemy Cheeto Vera. But then I remembered, Umar Nurmagomedov. This motherfucker literally has been carried by his aura into the top 10. I'm not joking. He has no ranked wins. He didn't even fight Pedro Munoz. He didn't even fight Dominic Cruz. And this guy's been carried into the top 10. Why? Because he has Khabib aura. Listen, we all have a friend that has that Khabib aura. This is the guy. Mouth wide open at any sort of social gathering. Sweaty as fuck. Usually cutting weight, like he's not even in training camp. He's just cutting weight for no reason in a sauna suit. He is relying. He is carried so hard by his last name. If he was named fucking Jack Smith, this guy would be fighting on the prelims of fucking Apex cards. 110%, dude. So for that reason, I feel like Umar Nurmagomedov is a serious aura merchant at bantamweight. He gets so much hype. He is the favorite by like he's like a minus 300 favorite against Corey Sandhagen. And I bet you that's because of his fucking last name and his haircut. I mean, if that is not an aura merchant to a T, I don't know what is. All right, man. Let's move on to the featherweight division. And listen, featherweight's kind of lacking these guys, like Brian Ortega, he has a bit of aura, but if you're wondering why he's not in the video, dude, I'm glad you asked. Listen, I don't rely on my aura. I rely on my plot armor, dude. I rely on my rebirth abilities. Every 2 years, I lose to the champion brutally. I take 2 years off, and then I beat a top contender. That's what it is, dude. No R involved, dude. Only toxicity. So, you know, listen. You know who is a fucking aura merchant at featherweight though, dude? Ilia Topuria. Fuck Topuria, yeah. This guy, I can't stop calling him Topuria because of Connor. But listen, dude, hear me out on fucking Ilia Topuria, dude. This guy, if he was not covered in tattoos and didn't have like roses on his Instagram and shit, I don't think people would be gassing this guy up to KO Max Holloway, who's never been KO'd, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna just like cave to what these motherfuckers think. I'm dead set when I say this. I do not understand the motherfuckers that are saying, bro, you're an idiot for thinking Max Holloway beats Ilya. Dude, Ilya smokes Max. What tall, lanky, unchinnable cardio machine who's one of the best boxers in the UFC and one of the best strikers in the UFC? What guy like that has Ilia Topuria chinned? And if you're gonna be like, what about Jai Herbert? Oh, Jai Herbert, the unranked lightweight rando who fucking almost KO'd Topuria in one round. That's who you're talking about, dude? People genuinely are so fucking dumb. I almost said a different word. So dumb. The Ilia Topuria aura has carried this fucking guy because he KO'd Volk, he's a stylistically nightmare matchup for. And Volk did buy into the aura. That's why he lost that fight, dude. Part of it is skill. Obviously, Topuria is a good fighter. I'm not saying he sucks. I'm not saying he's a fraud. I'm just saying he's a good fighter, but he's carried by his aura, dude. Volk was scared of him, even though Volk has all the tools to beat him, and if he mixed in wrestling and his kicking was doing well, I feel like Volk could have won that fight. I still picked Ilya because I knew he was going to win. But listen, dude. The people that are saying this guy smokes Max Holloway, what the fuck are you talking about? These are the same people that are like, bro, you're a casual, dude. MMA math doesn't add up. But then when you ask them, oh, why is he going to KO Max? Because he KO'd the dude who beat him 3 times. Yeah, that's how fucking MMA works, isn't it? That's how fighting works, isn't it, dude? Ryan Spann is actually better than John Jones because he KO'd Reyes and Jones almost lost to him, and he did lose to him. Right? That's how MMA works, right? Dude, he KO'd the guy that Jones couldn't beat. That's how it works, right, guys? That's why Ilya's gonna beat Max, right, dude? Shut the fuck up, dude. This guy's so carried by his tattoos and his fucking aura and his Instagram page. I don't see it, bro. I really feel like this guy's not as good as people make him out to be. He's a great fighter. He's not beating Islam. Shut the fuck up about that. And he's not even beating Max. I genuinely think Max is gonna school this little fucker, but that's my opinions on it. Let's move on to the lightweight division. This is another guy I feel very strongly about, pause, in terms of being an aura merchant. Benoit Saint-Denis. I cannot stop, because, bro, you motherfuckers literally made this guy the favorite against Dustin Poirier. And people to this day, there's two responses people give me when I bring this shit up. Either, yeah, bro, I knew Poirier was gonna win. Okay, where was everybody picking Poirier when that fight was gonna happen? Or, you know he had staff, right? And he dominated Dustin Poirier. Dude, Dustin Poirier was doing comedy wind-up punches to this fucking guy. Dustin Poirier pulled guillotine 6 times against this fucking guy, dude. And he didn't pull it once against Islam. Clearly, he wasn't that worried, dude. Alright, man? I've never seen a guy get glazed more for getting chinned in 2 rounds by Dustin Poirier. I've never seen a guy get more excuses given to him for reasons why you shouldn't have picked him. And people literally will ignore fucking facts and common sense about this guy, bro. When I say he doesn't deserve to fight Gaethje next, he doesn't even deserve a top 10 opponent next, he just got smoked by fucking Poirier. And he only has 1 ranked win, and it's Matt Frevola. I don't even know if he's still ranked right now. He's not. Right? Dude, no, dude, he's a fucking marauder, dude. Seriously, this guy's next. He's gonna be the next champ, dude. Just give him some time. Okay, I'm trying to give him time. He doesn't deserve to fight Dan Hooker. He hasn't earned it. His best win is Matt Frevola. Shut the fuck up. This guy is so carried by the fact, again, I can't stress this enough with all these guys. If Benoit Saint-Denis was named Joe Michaels and he wasn't in the military and it was just Benoit Saint-Denis, the exact fighter that he is, he would be Trevor Peake. He would be Paddy Pimblett. He would be an entertaining white dude, but none of you would be saying he's a future champion. It's literally because of his name and his aura and his backstory. That's the fucking truth, bro. That's the truth, and you can't accept it, but that's what it is, dude. All right, let's move on to the welterweight division. I just know people are gonna be so mad about this video, dude. The welterweight division, though, this is probably my most controversial opinion. I feel like there's people out there that do agree with me about Ilia Topuria and Benoit Saint-Denis, all right? And I'm not saying they're bad fighters. If you're in this video, you're not a bad fighter. I'm just saying your aura plays a part in some of your wins or the reputation that you have. And people overlook certain things about you because of your aura, all right, dude? And another one of those guys is fucking Shavkat Rakhmonov. I wasn't impressed with the Wonderboy fight. I'm just gonna say it like it is, dude. I didn't think it was that crazy. And honestly, I feel like Jack Della Maddalena deserves the title shot more than Shavkat Rakhmonov. I know that he's on a longer win streak. It's all finishes. I get it. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a title shot. I'm just saying when I look at the wins, I feel like JDM finishing Gilbert Burns is more impressive than Shavkat finishing Wonderboy, who's like a really easy matchup for him. Who just is not a grappler whatsoever. Like, I know that he was injured and that's why he looked kind of bad in that fight, but still, dude. Still, bro. I just don't feel like if this guy was named fucking James Jonathan or some shit like that, you guys would be glazing the fuck out of this guy saying he's the best welterweight in the world. I don't buy it. I just feel like if this guy was white, nobody would give a fuck. If this guy was American, none of you guys would be going crazy over this guy, dude. That's the facts of the situation. He's a great fighter. I love watching him, but I feel like his name and his aura carries him really, really hard, especially in terms of people discussing him versus Leon and him versus JDM. People act like it's outrageous to think Leon and JDM beat him, and I think both of those guys beat Shavkat Rakhmonov. And I know, and I fucking can't stand Leon Edwards, and I think he beats Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's just better. But again, that's crazy to say because this guy's name ends with an OV, and he looks like he has a cool fucking hat. You know what I mean, dude? Let's move on to the middleweight division, and there's a lot of fucking aura merchants up at middleweight, dude. I'm gonna lump them all together in one prospect. I'm gonna say Bo Nickel, Ikram Aliskerov, Shara Bullet. These guys get so much fucking hype. You can't criticize their performances. It's just like, oh my god, this guy's a future champion, bro. This guy's a monster at middleweight. You can't possibly think that Brad Tavares would give Bo Nickel a really hard fight. You can't say that. You can't say. There's people out there that will genuinely get mad at you for saying that. You can't possibly think Ikram Aliskerov is a goofy goober who just spams head kicks and falls over until he KOs you. You can't possibly think that he would get schooled by some of the guys in the top 15. I would have picked Marvin Vettori to beat him. You know what I'm saying, dude? You can't say that, bruh. Shara Bullet, again, you can't possibly think this guy's overrated as fuck and he's beat up cans. You have to either glaze him, you know, and you have to buy into the aura and the hype because they look cool or they have a cool name or they have a cool backstory. You can't question some of these prospects, and that's what this whole video is about. These are all fighters that you're not allowed to criticize. You're not allowed to fucking think that they have weaknesses because of their aura and because of their personality type or their name sometimes carries them. And at light heavyweight, I feel like the biggest aura merchant, but he's actually good, is Alex Pereira. Let me ask you something, dog. Let me ask you something, because I know you're probably like confused by this. Be real with me here, bro. If Alex Pereira was not covered in tattoos and a Brazilian fucking like monster, would he actually be considered that good? Like when he came into the UFC and all that shit. I know that he beat Izzy and all that, but watching him fight, if he was not scary as fuck, I feel like a lot of people would have tried harder to beat him. I'm gonna just be real here. I'm not saying Alex Pereira is overrated, right? Because I feel like some of these other guys I've mentioned are overrated, like Ilia Topuria, right? And that's not saying they're bad. It's just saying people hype them up so much to unrealistic standards. I think Alex Pereira, for the most part, by non-weird Twitter fucking idiots, is generally rated properly. Like, people know he's pretty fucking goated. But dude, I just feel like if Alex Pereira was like a goofy white guy and he didn't have aura, people would be way less scared of his skills and be more willing to like wrestle him and try and strike with him a little bit. I don't know, dude. Maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like Alex Pereira almost beats some of his opponents before the fight even starts because he is so fucking scary. And you can't criticize him at all because he is so fucking badass looking. I feel like that's a big part of his game is his aura. Like, he uses that against his opponents almost. So Alex Pereira is my mention here at light heavyweight. He's a good fighter though. I'm not saying he sucks. Last one to talk about, heavyweight division. I think you know who it is, dude. I think you know deep down who it is. I think you know that John Jones is not fucking invincible, but people will act like he is, bro. Jones, you're not allowed to possibly think that he's not as good as people say he is right now, or that technically speaking, he ain't that fucking good, right? Like some of the aura comes into this fucking factor, dude, and that's what I'm talking about with this list. Again, I'm not saying Jones is overrated. I think right now he's a little bit overrated. I think right now people are like, oh, Jones by whatever he wants against this guy and that guy. I think Stipe is going to be a hard fight for this guy. I really think Stipe is going to be a tough fight for John Jones right now. That's what I'm talking about. And some people will find that fucking crazy to say, not because of what they're actually seeing against Cyril Gane, and fuck, you have to go back to the Reebok era to see his fight before that with Dominic Reyes. I don't think people are basing it off that. They're genuinely just like, oh, Jones is the GOAT, therefore Jones destroys everybody, even though he's 37 and he just got injured and he looks fat as fuck in every video I see of him. That's what I'm talking about here, dude. That's when the aura is carrying this guy past his actual abilities. So that's my list of the biggest aura merchants in the UFC. Let me know down below, guys. Who's another aura merchant that I missed out on? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I'm sure you guys will be really happy and really, you know, positive in the comments. So make sure I see you guys down there. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. I see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.